Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're working anywhere in the pharmaceutical or medical device space, you already know that compliance isn't just a department, right? It's the absolute foundation of your entire operation. So today we're taking a premium practitioner-grade look at the ultimate guide to doing it right, Whitehall's Introduction to GMP course. Whether you're in QA, manufacturing, engineering, or regulatory affairs, we're going to map out exactly how this curriculum serves as your complete blueprint for operating flawlessly under EU GMP licenses. Because at the end of the day, good manufacturing practice is literally the bridge between a company's industrial ambition and patient safety. It is absolutely not some arbitrary tick box exercise or just another bureaucratic hurdle. GMP exists because products that silently fail on quality, they harm people at scale. Patient safety is on the line with every single batch you run. And this course really establishes that high-stakes reality from day one. All right, let's dive into exactly what we're covering. We'll start by setting the global GMP benchmark, then walk through infrastructure and daily operations, validation and oversight, who this course is actually for, and finally, how to operate and host an inspection with total confidence. Kicking things off with Section 1, the Global GMP Benchmark. So while you might be super familiar with the US FDA's 21 CFR regulations, the undisputed global gold standard for medicinal product manufacturing is actually EU GMP. Literally every single GMP license, marketing authorization application, and regulatory inspection outcome ties directly back to compliance with UGLEX Volume 4, specifically Parts I, 2, 3, and the annexes. This course intentionally anchors its teachings right there, making sure you're operating to a benchmark that is respected and enforced worldwide. Moving right along to Section 2, Infrastructure and Daily Operations. This is where we learn how to build that flawless quality ecosystem. The course breaks it down systematically into 4 non-negotiable pillars. First up is personnel, because honestly, without a highly trained, accountable workforce and a strictly independent quality unit, the whole system just collapses. Next is buildings and facilities, where you'll see how unidirectional flow and precise HVAC cleanroom classifications become your very first line of defense against contamination. Then we hit equipment, covering critical qualifications, your IQ, OQ, and PQ, plus validated cleaning. And finally, materials management. We're talking total traceability, strict quarantine protocols, and FIFO, first expiring, first out stock rotation. But how do those 4 pillars actually hold together? Well, that's your pharmaceutical quality system, or PQS, defined by the ICH Q10 standard. Lesson 5 takes you deep into this, showing exactly how a PQS integrates corrective and preventive actions, your CAPAS, along with deviation management and senior management review right into the daily workflow. Think of it as the learning engine of your facility that guarantees continual improvement instead of just stagnation. And Lesson 6 brilliantly translates this system directly to the production floor. You start with a master batch record. That's your approved, validated recipe. Then, before a single thing happens, a rigorous line clearance verifies the area is completely free of the previous batch. After that comes the execution, documented contemporaneously in the batch manufacturing record. Finally, an independent QA professional reviews all the in-process controls and documentation before ever authorizing batch release. It's this exact step-by-step discipline that prevents cross-contamination. Which brings us to Section 3. Validation, oversight, and safety. Because objective proof is everything, right? In Lesson 8, you'll learn how to objectively validate processes and cleaning methods and tackle computer system validation, or CSV, which regulators are scrutinizing heavily right now. Then Lesson 9 gets into outsourcing and the MAH, or Marketing Authorization Holder principle. Basically, you can outsource the work to a CMO, but you can never outsource the responsibility. That is why strict quality agreements are an absolute must. And finally, Lesson 10 hits post-market operations. Quality definitely doesn't end at release. It follows the product all the way to the patient through distribution, stability testing, and recall readiness. Then we get into site and plant security in Lesson 11. Now, obviously, physical access control and supply chain serialization are huge for preventing counterfeit meds. But get this, data integrity issues are now one of the leading causes of regulatory citations globally. Crazy, right? So the course dives deep into Alcoa++ principles, making sure all your records are attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, and accurate. Simply put, if your data isn't secure, your product isn't secure. And of course, we have to talk about pharmaceutical audits. Honestly, auditing is just the QMS checking itself and being checked by others. You've got mandatory internal self-inspections to catch things early, risk-tiered supplier audits to lock down your supply chain, and your big regulatory inspections from the FDA, EMA, or MHRA. This course really prepares you to confidently classify those findings and respond fast with effective root cause-driven CAPAs. Wrapping up the curriculum, we hit the intersection of GMP and EHS, environment, health, and safety. It's a really important distinction, but they are incredibly connected. GMP protects the product and the patient, EHS protects the worker and the planet. In any world-class site, these two reinforce each other. I mean, a chemical spill or a workplace hazard can easily trigger a catastrophic quality deviation if your systems aren't integrated. All right, Section 4. Who is this actually for? If you are an experienced practitioner, this was written specifically for you. It's an essential toolkit for QA and QC teams acting as release gatekeepers. It's built for production, manufacturing, packaging, and warehouse staff physically handling materials. And it speaks straight to engineering, validation, regulatory affairs, internal auditors, and CMO contractors. Literally every single one of these roles is a critical building block in the quality ecosystem. So I gotta ask you, where do you fit into the quality life cycle? Because whether you're out verifying a line clearance, calibrating a clean room HVAC system, or reviewing a master batch record, you are actively building quality into that product. Your role is vital, and mastering the GMP framework is going to make you exceptional at it. And finally, Section 5, operate and host confidently. How do we get to that level of confidence? Well, the path is actually pretty straightforward. You'll complete the 13-lesson curriculum we just walked through, and then tackle the final assessment, aiming for an 80% or higher. And what's really cool is this assessment is entirely scenario-based. The questions are actually pulled directly from real-world FDA 483 observations and EU nonconformances. Pass that, and you've got yourself an audit-ready CPD and CEU-accredited certificate that drops right into your training file. The ultimate outcome here, you're going to operate confidently, and you're going to host with confidence. Next time an inspector walks onto your site, there's no hesitation. You'll know the why behind the SOPs, you'll know exactly how your specific role ties back to UJRLEX Volume 4, and you'll be able to prove a true state of control. That is the absolute hallmark of a world-class professional inside an EU GMP licensed site. So, are you ready to build quality into every single batch? The standard has been set, the blueprint is laid out, and the stakes for patient safety literally couldn't be higher. It's time to master the GMP framework. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to dive into the Whitehall Introduction to GMP course today.